Hey everyone, welcome to another video. Of course, you can see at the top of the video, this is 10 fragrances out of my collection that I have repurchased over and over again. Now, I'm not the biggest person to repurchase, although you wouldn't particularly say so if you saw this video, or if you're watching this video, but most fragrances I don't rebuy. I enjoy them when I got them, but if they're not like wow factor for me, then I don't repurchase, but there's some I do. And those are the ones that I will call my collection. I have at the moment about 60, and probably 15, maybe 20 are ones that are currently will always be repurchased and kept in the collection. So I'm going to get into it. There are 10, of course, fragrances. One of them, which I'll start with, is one that I don't currently have. And it's the reason why I don't currently have a bottle is because, of course, I have used it. And the first one is Chanel Allure Homme, the original. I love Chanel Allure Homme. If I'm feeling in a not only in a seductive mood, I tend to use it more when I'm going out, and I feel like dressing up a little bit, and in that sort of mood to go out and do whatever it is you do when you get in that sort of mood. I tend to reach for that. It's that or another fragrance in the video. But it's one that I have had. Ooh. Now let me think. There's most of these in the list. I don't actually know how many I've had. I think half of them I know how many I've got through, and other ones I'm not too sure. This one I'm not too sure. I know I had, the last bottle I had was a 100ml, which I finished. The bottle before that was the larger 150ml, which I finished. Then before that one I had a 50ml, which of course I finished. Before that I had a 100ml, which of course I finished. And I'm pretty sure I had one many years before that, which of course I finished. So I got quite, through quite a bit of that juice over the years. So the first one, again, I haven't currently got a bottle of, is Chanel Allure Homme. So I'm going to go into the bottles that I do have, which are the ones that are left. So let's get my signature scent out of the way. And this is one I don't know how many bottles I've had, because I've completely lost count, to the point where let's say I got this, which is Ceruti, or Ceruti 1881. This is the original, just the first one. This one, it's me all over. It's fresh. It's just a nice, fresh, clean, yet somewhat herbal. Little bitterness of the citruses. Typical sort of fresh, clean fougere. And when people smell this, they say, "Oh, that's you." They smell this, "Oh, that's the scent that reminds me of you." So, when did I have the first bottle of this? I don't really know. I must have been around maybe 16, 15, 16ish, something around there. And I've recently, a couple of days ago, turned 42. So, and I cannot remember a time where one of these wasn't on the shelf. Now, of course, back then I didn't spray as much. It was you reach for it when you were going out to special occasions, things like that. So it's not getting through juice like I do now. Back then, a bottle would last me years, but I can't say how many bottles of this I've got through. It must be in the 10 range easily, to the point where currently in the post, which will be here in a couple of days, I've got the rather harder to find 200ml bottle of this, which again should then last me a fair amount of time. I do like to buy a bottle of this and store it away. If I haven't got through a bottle like this in about, I would say, 8 months, I tend to buy one, because you never know when things will go out of production, will get discontinued and things like that. So I like to sort of keep a little stock of this. Now this is the last one I've got, so the 200 mils that I've purchased, if I don't get through that within say 12 months after using this one, then I will be buying another, if I find it 200 mil, or another couple of the 100 mils. So I can't tell you how many I've got through of this, but it's a lot. I get through easily one of these a year. Now, considering how many fragrances I've got, it's around 60 mark at the moment. I try and keep it to 50 or so, but I've been buying a little more, just things to try. It's like I might got some for sale actually soon, but I usually get through a bottle of this every year. So that shows how much I use my signature scent, and it's just me, you know. So that's number 2. Right, so let's go dip in, and this one also, I'm not 100% sure how many of these I've got through. I recently gifted away my 200 mils to someone who didn't have a lot of money and really loved the scent that I was wearing the day. So the next day I went in and I just went, there you go. So to repurchase, which I only repurchased the 125 mil, and it is Homme. I think I remember roughly in my mid-teens, so I'd have been maybe 13, well, maybe 14 when I first had a bottle of this. I think it was a smaller bottle. I think it was a 50 ml, if I remember right, it's a 50 ml bottle, and a little sort of, you know, the little sort of miniature ones, tiny ones like a splash bottles, tiny ones. I think it was a set, so with that, so it was a 50 ml now and a little sort of travel thing. And so I did purchase a 200 ml. I know over the years as I grew up, I've at least bought another 2 bottles. I've got through another 100 mils of this before, bought the 200 mils, and I now got the EDP of this as well. So I don't know, we're probably eating maybe 7, this is maybe my 7th or 8th bottle, maybe. Certainly not as much usage as the 1881, but no, I'd say this is probably my 7th, maybe 8th bottle, maybe something like that. So who knows. Purchased this recent one, and the scent of this is really starting to decline. I don't know if it's been reformulated again. It is a genuine one. I mean, who makes it now? I don't really know. Some in France, can't quite tell. But it is a genuine juice, and to be honest, the last one I had, the 200 ml, purchased a couple of years ago, and you can tell it's authentic, but you know, it just isn't as good as it used to be. So this might be my last bottle, so I might conserve the bottle and not use it as much. You know, I don't know, there's just something about today's version of this just isn't quite as good. The EDP, however, is actually pretty nice. So if you've not tried the EDP, see if you can find that and grab a bottle. It's not as cheap as this, of course, because it hasn't long come out either. But I've had many bottles of this, but this may actually be my last bottle. So should we go with a big box here full of them? Now, to be on the list, I forgot to say, to be on this list, I've had at least, or be on the 3rd bottle, or I've had more. So this is my 3rd bottle, and I don't know if I'm going to be having any more, because it's getting quite hard to find. When you find it, people want some a bit more silly money for it, and I'm not prepared to pay it. I have dismantled the bottle to the point where it looks like that, and this is Mugler, and this is the pure Havana. So when it first came out, I had a bottle. Then, oh no, actually, this might be my 4th, because then I had, no, it had been 3rd. I remember getting through a bottle pretty quick when the hype train was out for this pure malt, so I got the 2 together at the time. Then they got discontinued. Then they brought them back out again, so I repurchased another 2. Then this one I purchased maybe a year ago, and I got through down through, I should say, half bottle. and so I don't touch this one as much now, because once I get down this bottle I probably ain't going to be buying another one for said reasons. It's just silly money now, unless they bring it back out again, which I don't think they're going to do. Mugler's gone complete opposite direction in how their fragrances are, and just not as good. They're not producing stuff like this. They're not as interested, I don't think, with the fragrances anymore, which is a shame. So this is my third bottle, and I'm just over halfway down, and I would like to say I would repurchase another bottle, but I don't think I'm going to be able to. So that's that one. That's the fourth one. Now this one, again, I'm not 100% sure. I'll move that over, back over. Not 100% sure how many I got through these again. I could probably have a guess. But this one, Dolce Gabbana, Pour Homme, the Eau de Toilette. I have once had the OG juice with the sticker, and to be honest, I wasn't that impressed. It was alright, but I just like this. I don't know why, but yeah. Now this one, I know I've had a 200ml bottle. This is at least my third 125ml. I've had the 75ml. I think I've had the 40ml as well, or 40ish, you know, whatever they are, the small ones. So I've had quite a few of these, you know, over the years. I like this one. Turns up a nice sort of the citrus is on top here, are a bit synthetic, but once it dries down, those them notes, the synthetic side tends to go away a bit, and left with nice, slightly powdery citrus with woods and a bit of spices. Real nice. Anybody knows that the dry down on this is magical. Really nice stuff. If you like a sort of a slightly seductive powdery scent, then that actually you can wear for any reason, you know, office, go to a club, a date, anything with this juice, and that's probably why I've used a lot of it. So yeah, Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme. Most of us know what this smells like. Okay, now I think I'm on my third, maybe fourth bottle of this one, and this one is Tennopolis Pour Homme. I know I've had at least, this may actually, come to think of it, be my fourth bottle of Tennopolis, and this one I would say is 2/3 full at the moment, and I purchased a backup. So there's this one, just to prove it, and then this is a brand new Tennopolis Pour Homme. So we'll pick the other one up. Yeah, so yeah, I've had a few of these. So this is probably my fifth bottle, which is my backup, and this is probably, I think it's my fourth bottle. Really enjoy this one. I've had this one only since being sort of involved in the fragrance community, which is, it's about 8 years now, believe it or not. And yeah, I deleted all my videos, and I knew I wanted to start again. But excuse me, Tennopolis Pour Homme, I love the bottle. I've just cheesy 80 all the way, 80s all the way through, and I absolutely love it for that reason. Okay, and the scent, a little bit old school, not really. It's just pure classy, and it's hard to explain. It's one of them. It really is. If you've never smelt it, buy one, put 1 or 2 sprays on, and then leave it for the day, and you'll see how it develops through the day. It changes. You get different notes all the way through. There's lots of notes in this. Very complex, and very cheap. I think they're about £20 a bottle for 100ml. So that's another one that I have used many bottles of. Okay, next is my sort of other seductive scent apart from Homme, and this one I have took the sticker off the front, but this is Drawlands Long EDP, the first one on the black sides. This one Well, this one's 100 mils, you can see by the size of it. I've got through at least, my first one I bought of this was 100 mils, then I bought a 50 mil, so I think this is my third bottle, maybe my fourth, but I'm pretty sure this is my third. I'm sure I've only got through one 100 mils, a 50 mil before this one, and then this juice right here, which I'm just under halfway of using this as well. So really enjoy this one. Very seductive, slightly sweet leather, suede leather, little spices and all sorts of things going in this one. Bit of like an orangey citrus thing. Real nice, definitely one I would repurchase. Next is my sort of one of my favourite sort of barbershop scents, and I've got something all over it for some reason or other. This one from Pakaraban. It's Pakaraban Pour Homme. Now, thinking, I'm not 100% sure how many of these I've had. I know I've had the 50 ml bottle. I must have had at least two 100 ml bottles. So this is might be my fourth bottle. And I've also had the 50 ml of an aftershave splash. So I've had two 100 mils. Then I had a 50 ml. Then this 100 ml, which I'm getting about 1/3 down. Plus I've used up a 50 ml of an aftershave splash. So yeah, one of my favourites. You know, if I could only have a couple of barbershop scents, this will be one of them, along with Florist number 89. That'd be my two sort of choices if I was forced to only have a couple of barbershops, and this certainly would be one of them. Don't use it as much as late, but I do use it occasionally, maybe one good wearing every month, or so, maybe two wearings a month, thereabout. But because obviously you buy new things, don't you, and you try new things all the time, but I still get through it, as you can see. So it's another one that I have had many bottles of in the past. Next, one of my favourite Drawlands in the entire world, and this one is Drawlands on the Eau de Parfum. This is my third bottle, and I know it's my third bottle. I've had two other 100 mils, so I've got through 200 mils of this already, and as you can see again, about 1/3 down of this next other 100 mils. Got no backup of it as yet. Might pick one up while they're going. It's a reasonable price, about £40 I think these are, £35–40. So yeah, these are lovely, minty, slightly boozy minty, little bit spicy, slightly woody scent, but real nice. It's got a sprinkle of sweetness in there, mainly a sort of boozy mint with a touch of sprinkle of sweetness, a little bit of spice back in there. Real nice, especially the longer you keep it in the bottle and you get down, there's just more and more richness comes out, and that mint, that boozy mint, really just sort of just gets better and better the more you go down the bottle. It really is something special. If you love mint fragrances, then this is definitely one, and this is my third bottle. Alright, so I think we've got one more, and it's a recent purchase. Again, I think this is my fourth bottle now, if I remember right, and a Versace The Dreamer. Here we go. Just as you can see, it's almost full. I've only worn it a couple of times since I've had it a couple of months ago. Yeah, I mean, it's not as strong in that as it used to be. You know, I have to put quite a bit of this on for it to really work anymore. But really love the scent. It's very unique, and that's why I like it. It's a very simple fragrance, yet it's unique. So they've done well there to make something that smells very unique. Nothing really else smells like this. Yeah, it's a very simple composition, in itself. So, and I love the bottle as well, especially with this completely clear juice. I don't know, there's something about it I really do enjoy, and I do believe this is my 3rd bottle, maybe 4th. It's got to be my 4th bottle, I'm pretty sure. And I will probably buy another one if I ever get down this one. You know, yeah, I like the box as well. Don't usually keep boxes, but I haven't reviewed this really yet, not you know, since deleting my videos. So I'm keeping the box, so I can just, when I do review it, I've got the box for the video. So that's another one I've had at least 3 bottles of. This is either my 3rd bottle, or I think it's my 4th. Versace The Dreamer. So there you go, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know of any fragrances that you have repurchased and will always repurchase. So most of these I will always repurchase. I've had many bottles of. I might not repurchase this one, so I may be keeping it as it is and not really using it very much anymore. Apart from that, I'll probably be repurchasing all these again once they run out. But the one I would say I've used the most and I'll always repurchase is my signature set, which is 1881. I might even use it a bit more, and then just always have a bottle off of off my daughter for this Christmas or something like that, and then I'll never be without. Oh. Now, I know for a fact this is the one that I've had. It's got to be in double figures now. How many bottles of these I've had, especially now I've just purchased in the post a 200ml bottle. I've definitely got to be in the double figures. So that's the top one that I've purchased, shall we say. So that's it. Thank you for watching the video. I do appreciate it as always, and let me know in the comments below of all any fragrances that you've always purchased and you always will, or is there any specific one like mine that you almost or are in double figures of. Let me know in the comments below. I'll answer as soon as I can, and I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you again soon on the next video.